Welcome back. After observing a 2-day holiday to celebrate the Eid al-Kabir festival, workers in the Federal Capital Territory and Lagos have returned to their places of work. A visit by Channels Television to business areas in both cities also shows that activities have commenced as offices and business premises were open for operation.
The Federal Secretariat complex in the Federal Capital Territory is back to life after the Salah holiday. Workers filed into the complex as early as 8 a.m. to carry out their various responsibilities.
After the wining and dining and spiritual rejuvenation, I think we are fit to contribute to the development of the country in our own little way as civil servants.
During this transformation agenda of President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan is to do our work to transform the nation, to make the nation excellent, to remove all this insecurity, to tell our people that they should please leave the area of bombing, all this and that.
While some schools resumed academic activities, some remain closed as they seized the opportunity to extend the holiday by adding Thursday and Friday for their midterm breaks. Markets and business premises were also bustling with activities as shop owners anticipate an increase in patronage from their customers.
Actually, you should expect that it has not taken shape very well as supposed to be. People are resuming work today, and it's quite quiet, but we hope that after today it will come to normal.
Work has also resumed in Lagos, the nation's commercial nerve center, after workers and business people observed the 2-day Eid al-Kabir holiday. At the Lagos State Government Secretariat in Alausa, workers were seen at their desks preparing to hit the ground running, while business premises at the popular Tafawa Balewa Square are open.
Oh, I feel so happy coming back to work again. At least I enjoyed myself during the Salah break. And as a Muslim, it's an injunction that we should slaughter ram. I think I did mine very well, distributed it the way they said we should distribute it. And this is still part of it that I'm going to give some people now. So I feel very happy returning back to work.
It's nice coming back to office because 2 days was pretty long, really. We had work only on Monday, Tuesday, there was no work, Wednesday, there was no work. Today, fine, but tomorrow, we only have 1 day tomorrow. So it was nice, really, coming back after the holiday to continue business.
For residents of Abuja and Lagos, it's back to the hustle and bustle of work and business until the next major holiday coming up in December for Christmas as well as the New Year.
Jigawa State and its environs are set to experience an upsurge in commercial activities as the new Dutse International Airport has witnessed its first flight operation. Though it's just the first phase of the project that has been completed, pilgrims for this year's Hajj exercise, including the Jigawa State Governor, Dr. Sule Lamido, were conveyed to Saudi Arabia from the airport. Shortly before taking off, Governor Lamido explained that aside from the passenger traffic, the airport is also designated as one of the cargo terminals in the country.
It was wild celebration in Jigawa State as the just concluded phase of the Dutse International Airport in Jigawa State recorded its maiden flight. Thousands of residents in the state thronged the airport to witness the arrival of an airplane in the state after 23 years of creation. The project is divided into 3 phases, and so far the government has completed the construction of the runway, control tower, terminal building, fire service, car park, emergency bay and access road as part of its first phase project. A total of 11 billion naira is expected to be spent to complete the project.
Today, I feel highly fulfilled. I feel contented. I feel happy because what we are doing today is celebrating the capacity and commitment of Jigawa State.
The perimeter fence and other airport infrastructure are still under construction, but Governor Lamido described the occasion as a testimony to how Jigawa is developing.
We can do anything, anywhere we want. While we hear about other people's achievements, the Asian tigers, the Middle East, the Americans, and the Europeans, achieving feats which are purely unimaginable. We are doing so because we feel we also have got the talents, we've got the brains, we've got the commitment, the discipline, and the passion to serve ourselves.
During the test flight, Governor Lamido and some top government officials used a small airbus which accommodated 20 passengers to travel to Saudi Arabia for the 2013 Hajj exercise. Amaka Okafu, Channels Television News.
First Bank, truly the first.
Time now for business news. Here's Loretta Chiogo.
Thank you, Bimbo. Welcome to the business scene. The delay in the remittance of the monthly allocation to Lagos State by the federal government has affected the state's budget performance. Now, this is according to Governor of Lagos State, Babatunde Fashola. He says the state recorded 70% budget performance in the third quarter and an aggregate of 71% performance for the year, and also added that a lot of work had been completed without payment. The governor was speaking to journalists after the third quarter budget review at the State House in Ikeja.
What we report as budget performance is a combination of work done and payments made. There's a lot of work that has been completed that we haven't paid for, and part of the reason for that is the revenue shortfalls that we are experiencing and revenue delays also that is coming from the federal government. Delays in remittances of monthly FAC allocations, lack of agreement on NNPC accounts at the FAC meetings. I think over 2 months now, I think between August and September or so, the FAC payments didn't come on time. The augmentation also didn't come on time, and as far as I'm aware, not all of it has probably come from the last report that I got. So it just puts your planning into some distortions, but we do hope that things would look upwards and positive in the final quarter. We expect that as a nation we cannot continue to have all of these distortions in revenue collection, projection, when the largest source of revenue anyway comes from a single item.
And away from Lagos, the federal government says it's committed to promoting the rapid diversification and industrialization of the Nigerian economy through the creation of more job opportunities for the youths in the country. President Goodluck Jonathan made this statement while receiving a delegation from one of the successful bidders in the ongoing privatization of the country's power-generating companies. The president also reaffirmed his commitment to boost the nation's power sector by ensuring that international best practices and standards are maintained in the ongoing privatization of its power sector assets. He also pledged that the federal government will also continue to do its best to encourage investors who will support its efforts to create more jobs for qualified Nigerian youth by increasing the local production of goods and services. Shell has completed repairs and reopened the 28-inch Trans-Niger pipeline in Rivers State, but has not lifted the force majeure placed on Bonny Light crude. The company, in a statement, noted that the 24-inch line, which was shut in October 9 following leaks at Bidar and Nowatai, remains closed. It said the company is still investigating what caused the damage on the 24-inch line, giving the assurance that the force majeure will be lifted as soon as it is operationally possible to do so. Experts estimate that Nigeria loses about 200,000 barrels a day to crude oil theft. And finally, financial markets resumed trading today after two-day Salah holidays. There was an appreciable key benchmark index which rose by 0.55% to close at 37,257.35 points at the Nigerian equities market. BC Coca tells us more.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Report. The Nigerian equities market resumed trading today after the two-day holiday set aside to celebrate Eid al-Kabir. Market indicators took another step forward as the key benchmark index appreciated by 0.55% to close at 37,257.35 points. Market capitalization of equities listed on the main board stood at 11.8 trillion naira. Now leading the day's price gainers is Total with a 6 naira 50 kobo gain. On the laggards table, Ashaka Cement led the losers as investors stopped off 1 naira from its share price and is followed by Okomo Oil and Zenith Bank. Now churning out 36.84 million units, Access Bank was the most traded equity. When stocks crossed the finish line, 3.89 billion naira was staked on 284.09 million units and exchanged in 4,950 deals. And that's a wrap on the Stock Market Reports. I am BC Coca.
Thank you, BC. And that's it on Business Reports. News at 10 continues shortly.
First Bank, truly the first.
Still ahead on the news at 10, hundreds of thousands of U.S. government employees head back to work, ending a 16-day government shutdown. That's on the foreign news. Do stay with us.